Hey, this is Paul, and thanks for checking out Organic California Raspberry Oranges from Kings River Packing. And you're looking at the website here. This name is trademarked, and it's described as a ruby-colored flesh with a hint of raspberry flavor, and it's more pleasing than a typical blood orange. Now, you could get these from December to June, and they even have some recipe ideas here on the bag, which I think is awesome. Now you can see they weigh in around 1/4 pound or a little less. That's a larger size. And you can see the variability in what the fruit will look like. Now this one's going to be really red like your traditional blood orange, and this one is going to be a bit more unique looking. Now there are 20 types of blood oranges. I was researching them a little bit, and I cannot find out which variety or cultivar this one is. So some people said it could be a Moro. That's a bit more common, but I am not the expert on these types of blood oranges. So if you know, I'd love to hear in the comments. But what I do know is that I've eaten several of these and they're quite good. Now let's look at this one more first. This one that hasn't really changed color much. Now I did get some seeds in these so far, and they remind me of a navel to peel. So I just kind of get that navel vibe when I peel it. And then when they're not red on the outside, they're a bit more tart in the flavor, and they're really pretty. So I could see these being used on like a really decorative fruit dish. I think these would be stunning, especially if they're not quite ripe, or if you want it really red. I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. This one doesn't want to come apart. There is a seed there, so that's a good way to show you that there are seeds. But you can see there's just this beautiful little bit of red in there. I find that really cool. I'll take, for example, this one. Watch the contrast in color, as this one is more ripe. Wow, look at that. So in just one bag, you can get some variability in the fruit. Flavor-wise, let's see if these taste very different. Now they are definitely a bit more tart. And I do get seeds, but it really does taste like the name. I really get kind of a raspberry orange flavor from this fruit. So I'm glad that you can purchase these out there, and having them 6 months out of the year, that's a good thing. Well, let's see how sweet they really are. So we're going to use this Brix refractometer to measure the sugar content of these fruit. So that was distilled water, and now we're going to use some of the fruit juice. So 10 3/10, which is a respectable score. But that does kind of show that there is a bit of tartness to these. And let's try this one. 8 8/10. So if you're looking for a sweeter one, have one that's a darker skin and more red. That's going to most likely have more developed sugars, versus one that you saw was picked a bit earlier. So that's another interesting benefit about these fruit, especially if you grow them yourself, is that the longer you keep them out there to develop this color, they'll be a bit more sweeter and have a slightly different flavor profile than something at this stage, which would be a bit more tart and sour. Really delicious orange. I really like this type of citrus, and I highly recommend it. I hope you could try one and find them in your local stores. I was able to find these at Sprouts, and they were on sale. So I believe they were only $2 a pound. So definitely a good value. Now the only drawback would be the seeds, and they are a little bit hard to peel. They're going to get juice on your hands, so that could be one of the drawbacks of this delicious and interesting and really, really stunning fruit. As you can see, I just think that they look really cool. All right, give us a like and a subscribe. Thanks for your time. Have yourself a wonderful day. Take care.